Hello scholars, welcome to yet another interesting class. In this lesson, we'll be looking at the topic nested loops in maze. Do you know what loops are? A loop is the action of doing something over and over again. But in this set of puzzles, we are going to be looking at nested loop, and we are going to be learning what nested loops are. A nested loop is a loop within a loop. A nested loop can be seen as a loop within another loop. And in these puzzles, we are going to be using nested loop, which is a repeat block within the body of another repeat block. These nested loops will help us break down complex tasks into smaller repeatable sections. Now let's take a look at an overview before we move over to the Code Studio. Welcome to the Code Studio. We've been talking about loops. I'm sure you know what the loop is. A loop is the action of doing something over and over again. But in this lesson, we are looking at nested loops. Now, looking at the program, we are going to study the program in the play area, and we are going to be using the bee to collect nectar. Now, you studying the play area, you're going to see how the bee needs to move to get nectar. First, the bee needs to move forward twice, then get nectar, move forward and get nectar. So we are just watch as I work on it. As we first of all, we are going to arrange the codes and see how the program runs. Then we see how we can make use of loop for an easy, beautiful. Now you can see the program runs using just this few codes. We are going to take a look at it again. We have the move forward, get nectar, move forward and get nectar. Now you will notice the move forward, get nectar was repeated twice. So instead of repeating move forward, get nectar, we're going to remove one of the move forward, get nectar and put it in or snap it in the repeat block and make it twice. We'll just put a move forward, get nectar and trash the other. And by the time we run this program, you see it's going to run effectively, swiftly. Tada, good job. Okay, now we are going to see the next level. Now in this level, you can take a look at, you see the maze and you can see the pattern. The first thing you should do before running the program, study the pattern in the play area, how the bee need to move. Then you can, with that pattern, follow up by creating your program with your blocks of code. Now, if you look at this, how does the bee need to move? The bee needs to move, first of all, move forward and get nectar, move forward, get nectar, then the bee will have to turn right, move forward again and move forward twice, then get nectar, move forward again and get nectar. Now you can see that this pattern is repeated. So instead of using a whole lot block of code, we are just going to study the pattern and get it done using the loop block. Now looking at the blocks of code I have just arranged, this covers the first line of the program in the play area. The bee needs to move forward, get nectar, move forward, get nectar. Now looking at the blocks of code, we already have a repeated blocks of code. We have the move forward, get nectar, move forward, get nectar. So I'm going to trash one of the move forward and get nectar. Then I'll put the other move forward, get nectar in the loop block. Now that is I'll make it repeated twice because it has to repeat, the bee has to repeat it twice to complete the first line. Then the bee needs to turn right, then perform the same action again. So that means I will be needing another repeat block, because every of this action here, looking at it, the whole of this action here has to be repeated 3 times. So in the nested repeat block, I'm going to write 3 times, then run the program, then we'll see what happens. Good job. Now you can see, using the repeat block, the nested loop, the program was carried out easily. Okay, now let's proceed to the next level and see how that will be done. Okay, this is a prediction. This is actually a prediction section, and they are asking us, if we run the program, what is going to happen. Of course, you can see, looking at the option, is just like the program we just did now. The level we just concluded now is just same thing. So what's going to happen? The B will definitely, okay, beautiful, lovely. So that's the option B, and that was very correct. Okay, now we'll get to the next level and see what we have got there. Okay, here in the next level, they want us to help the bee collect all of the nectars in the maze. Now if you look closely in the maze, there are 12 nectars in the maze, and they want us to use as few blocks as possible. We are to be using 6 blocks in this program. So what are we going to do? Having 12 nectars in the maze. Now if you study the first line of it, in fact beginning from the first line, how do the bee need to move? The bee need to collect nectar first, move forward, collect nectar, move forward, collect nectar. So the bee has to collect 3 nectars in the first line. That is, the first step is to collect nectar, because the bee is just at the point of the nectar. So that has to be repeated 3 times. So we just put that in the repeat block to be repeated 3 times, just to clear the first line. Now we have to turn right to get to the next line. So the bee has to repeat this how many times? 3 times. The bee has to repeat this, 4 times. The bee has to repeat this 4 times to clear the whole of the 12 nectar. So we have to put the whole of this action in another loop block, which makes it a nested loop. Yes, we have to put the whole of this action, being that we have seen that the bee needs to collect nectar, move forward, collect nectar 3 times, then turn right to start the next line. And it has to do this 4 times. So let's run and see what happens. Oh, there's a problem. Okay, I think, let's see. Okay, the bee has to, after the first one, the bee has to turn right. The bee has to turn right, so that should be corrected, and it should be 4 times. The action has to be performed 4 times. So let's run the program and see what happens. Ta-da! Okay, I am going to leave you to complete the remaining levels in this puzzle, and I hope you follow the same pattern and get the remaining levels completed. I'll see you in my next lesson.